I hate when that happens. All right, well, we're here. We're live. Um, so let's see. I can't stop coughing for some damn reason. It's one
Feeling a
of
little under the weather.
no, it's just one of those things like it's kind of cold in the house. Um you ever had an instance where you're like, "Oh shit, I should have checked that earlier?" You ever had instances like that?
Man.
Well, oil companies are really big schmucks because they know you need heat in your house, but then they'll still tell you that they can't come for like 4 fucking days. I, I don't know, kind of blows my mind. Anyways, we're going off on a tangent here. Got to start out with saying, "What's up, everyone?" This is Trevor here for RSG. You got Buddy Tooth right over there, and we are doing this for off the cuff, the show where we really don't have anything practiced or planned, and kind of just go off the chest with what we have been experiencing, things that come to our mind. So, what was coming to my mind is how it's kind of cold in here. So, and that's why my nose is kind of running, so it's making me cough kind of. And I don't want to put my humidifier on because I have one of those hot air humidifiers. I have two types, and one of the hot air humidifiers, what's nice is it'll warm this bitch right up. It's great, but it sounds like a damn coffee pot going off. I don't know, it's just annoying. Let's see though. I did have my mind on something. We just so we just picked up some cables to go from Dreamcast to VGA. So we've been playing some Dreamcast games. Did you have a Dreamcast?
Of course. Of course.
Is
It's
that
actually probably one of my favorite consoles, to be honest with you.
It really was. And if anyone doesn't realize, if no one can tell that that is the original birth of the to be now Xbox controller, I'm sorry. You're just blind, I guess. I don't know. It's just that if you can't see that that is what evolved from the Dreamcast controller, I don't know what to. I mean, hell, the thumbstick is like one of the first in the right spot. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. The PlayStation's idea of a controller being right here is stupid. Okay? Your thumbs, I don't know, something about the way they are, just it's way more natural the other way. What are you a fan? Are you a fan of the PlayStation or the Xbox controllers?
PlayStation, by far.
Really, I'm surprised. Because you got pretty big hands, man. I don't know. I always found like the PlayStation controller is this dinky little freaking thing. I don't know. Guessing you're looking for one of yours.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Thinking of controllers, right? I know that. Okay, I mean, it's not like now. Granted, okay, they've gotten bigger over the time. I feel like that. I feel like that's a little better than what it used to be. Yeah, the PS4 controller is definitely better than what it used to be, than what the older ones were. The other ones are dinky. That one's dirty. That's called we don't play this one much. We have PC that PC does it. I think you're did we lose video feed? Nope, there you go. Okay. So now I know this has been a long discussed about thing. Okay. Let me post this on Twitter by the way. I know this has been a long discussed about thing, right? Keyboard versus controller. Now, it's taken a long time of me discussing to myself what I think of that. I, I'm stuck in the middle. I don't know really. Honestly, for Skyrim, for instance, give me a controller. Just give me a controller. It's better. It just is. It's more chill back, relax. Something about being on a mouse and keyboard seems like, you know, I don't know, something about it. Doesn't seem
You
so.
can always get the lapdog and get the best of both worlds.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's true. That's true. It just still doesn't seem as like even the positioning of your hands just isn't as comfortable. Just chilling back, just like that's right. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, uh, I don't know. It's just I just realized this, but if I'm trying to be precise with things, like I would never want to play like a tycoon game on a fucking controller, but some people want to do that. Some people like put. Could you imagine City Skylines on freaking Xbox? That would be ridiculous. I mean, it would probably overheat and
Like
melt.
like The Sims on a console, and it just doesn't belong.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, and I remember when they came out for the consoles. But yeah, no, that's totally it. Is my Hootsuite? Ooh, yay, Hootsuite's working. Hootsuite is great, by the way. I can tweet and Facebook at the same time. Uh, Hold on, here we go. Live now with RSG OTC on twitch.tv. Okay, so twitch.tv / ready, set, game 87. There we are. I don't know, shrink it, screw it. Generating link preview, I don't care. There it is. I love that. Both, one time, simultaneously. Click. Out. So,
I love technology.
yeah, man, Hootsuite. They give you the free edition. That's really cool. If you needed more than 3, uh, social media platforms, you can definitely do that. Um, I was trying to start a podcast, actually, thinking of another thing, but part of me is like, that's nothing to do with this channel, and it's so. I'm already having trouble like managing all the accounts for this channel, so I'm like, damn, do I really want to take on more? But I don't know. Part of me feels like you got to branch out all over the place. Put your hand, grow as many arms as you can out and just reach everywhere you can. That's just how I feel.
Can't stretch yourself too thin.
Well, no, that's true. That's true. Um, well, of course, and that's why I really don't spend a lot of time on like Twitch. People don't. I tried to do something a long time ago, and maybe you can, and you can if you're someone who's strictly games. But I tried to do something a long time ago. For the longest time, I should say, which was Twitch and YouTube together. And I noticed there was one point where YouTube and Twitch, when I didn't have a job, I was able to do it both together. But then once one became more prominent than the other, I dropped off of the one, and I became a lot more, with the Twitch side of things. Then I decided I was kind of getting sick of being on the air all the time, and I decided to go back to my roots of YouTube. And now, let's see. Oh, good, nice water in here. So now that I, have done it, I realize trying to put all that and do everything, work, 40-hour week job, trying to do Twitch, trying to have a personal life, and trying to do YouTube, it just doesn't happen. I do want to get into Twitch a little bit more though. Maybe do a couple hours here and there every night. It's gonna be too late tonight, but I definitely want to pick up some nights, and even if I stay up till 1, play like maybe Grand Theft Auto. I've been really digging the storyline of that.
Which one?
5.
Did you try to play through that?
I have, but everyone's played. We've all played through everything, and I feel like I'd love to do it with a little more attention paid to things. I have a real big problem, and it's a problem with me, where I have a hard time following stories in games. I just really do. I get into the mindset of I just want to play. I want to play. Let me play. Let me play. Oh, wait, what are they talking about? Oh, shit. All right. I don't know. Well, keep playing. That's it.
You're absolutely horrible with Metal Gear then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I couldn't even tell you what the fuck's going on with Metal Gear. And that precisely is one of the main key reasons I am not, even though the channel is named Ready, Set, Game, that's the main, one of the big reasons that the channel is not about games. Actually, one of the biggest reasons I didn't want to deal with a gaming channel is because people don't realize the amount of real resources it takes to do proper gaming channels and do proper footage. The amount of time that it takes and the amount of drive space. Because, let's get serious. If I play through a game, unless I record all of my playing, I'm not going to know when the hell to hit record. No, there's no way. So I'd have to record all that and then sift through all that shit. That's so much drive space. It's insane. I just don't. I feel like I'd be tearing through hard drives left and right. That's just my opinion on it. So I know it's possible to make a full game review channel. Probably not, but at the same time, I didn't want to be another one of them out there. There's just so many. Just like there's tech channels. That's why I'm not just straight a tech channel. This is literally I'm changing some things up. I want to change my channel trailer to basically this is a life channel. Shit happens. I buy shit and I'll tell you about it. Boom. I do something and I'll tell you how to do it. There you go. I mean, I want to have it. I want to have its specialties like DIY products and stuff, but I don't want it just dedicated one way. Oh, this is a tech channel. No, I can't. There's too many of them out there. I want to be my own thing. And shit, I reviewed a toilet. I reviewed a toilet, for fuck's sake.
A few years ago.
But you think of it like this, though, right? I reviewed a toilet. What's wrong with that? We all fucking use toilets, don't we? I mean, come on.
But who's really going to go out there and just buy a damn toilet?
I'll tell you, man. I know your feelings on it, never living in a place again that doesn't have a bidet toilet. After having stomach issues, and, a bidet is the least skin irritating thing you can have. So I'm keeping it. That's why I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. It excites me. Maybe it'll excite you. But I don't know. That's like the first thing I'm buying when I get my another place. I'm literally buying like one of those what the hell is it called? I can't think of it. Like the universal ones. I hate when people give them a bad name, though. They're like, oh, I can't stand anything with cold water. Well, they know cheap out and be a cheap son of a bitch and buy the $400 one. All right, shut up. Get the one that heats up your water. Anyways, we're getting on. Anyway, different stuff. But, yeah, the direction of the channel is going pretty decent, though. We're gaining more subscribers. My videos are getting okay views, like, on like my LED sign. It's getting okay. It's like at 30 or something. It'll climb. But the reviews, I really love product reviews, man. I mean, who doesn't want to find out about something before they buy it? I know you check out stuff before you buy it.
Depends on how much it costs.
Oh, yeah. Of course. But, if you're going to buy this $400 recorder here, you're going to just, well, looks good. I'll take it. Well, then you're probably going to see, like, hey, is my $400 being spent correctly? It's things like that. Unboxings I used to do. I don't know if I still want to. I mean, they seem kind of pointless. Which is what I think.
Why would they be pointless?
Why do you need it unboxed? I would rather do a review of it, not an unboxing. I'll
So you
unbox
make
it and review.
part of the fun though is you buy something new and you're opening it up. You get to see what's kind of inside. You already know what you're buying, of course, but you get to see this little thing and that little thing, and oh look, it comes with this little whatever. And people seem to like to kind of experience that with you as you're opening it up, or they watch it because they say, oh, well, I bought X product and it came with this free towel or whatever. And they watch you unbox and you got a towel and a sticker, and they're like, "Why the hell did I get a sticker?" So now it's a company that gets sent stickers or whatever. I don't know, just things like
Yeah.
that too.
Okay. All right. So maybe I need to look at keeping them going on in the in the channel lineup here. So that's, I mean, that's good thing to think of. Um, it's, I know there's a couple other things. I have a new DIY project coming up. I have a DIY handbrake. Only thing that's worrying me a little bit is it's a little crude looking. Um, how it's gonna be, and I feel like it's gonna probably cost about $30 for this. I guess you'll still save money over having to purchase $120 one like the Fanatec, for the handbrake. But I don't know. I think that's my next project. I have an idea in mind how I want it to work.
So you're saying you're gonna spend $90 to build one?
No, 30.
So $30 is saving 90.
Right. So I think people will be happy with that. They've always wanted me to do it. People don't realize it's kind of tough to build a non-crude looking handbrake. Even the ones, for the most part, that are professional, like nice, they're not exactly not crude looking. They look cool. They take more engineering than what mine would, of course. But, I mean, hey, if you want to go through all that, I mean, hell, to me, it looks like a lot of machining parts and shit if people want to do it. But if you're going to go through all that, just buy one. Just, why waste the time? Certain things I say, do it yourself. A button box. You don't need to buy one. You could probably do a great job yourself. But if you really just want to, there's some real nice ones you could buy. But a handbrake, I don't know. It's just like, if you're going to try to make it look real nice, you're just better off buying one that works and you know it works good. Buying all this shit with and making a crude one, it's just, look, that's to save money. You don't have $120. You got $30. Hey, maybe it does more of a job for you. Who knows? I mean, if someone really wants to get down to it, find a freaking used one of my gear shifts and put the sequential plate on the bitch, and that's it. Boom, you got your handbrake. Just pull it back. You know? Is it coming through?
I don't know. This isn't my forte.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, you do drive, but your e-brake is probably more on. That's
That's
your
an air brake.
oh, that's the air brake. What's the e-brake on a truck?
There is no e-brake.
So it'd just be the air brake. So, well, yeah, but that's your stopping brake. So I guess, right, like that would be your parking brake essentially, right? The air brake.
Right.
Yeah. Unless that motherfucker fails. I used to remember the one time it failed on our bus, and the thing just swung down, just said bloom, 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 bloom. Do they still have those on vehicles?
Still have what?
The pendulum that falls down when it loses the brake pressure, especially on the buses, the school buses.
I guess I'm not following what you're saying, really.
On school buses, right? They used to have like in the middle kind of top, it would be like this round pendulumish dish on an arm, and it would be up to the side. And if the bus lost air pressure, it would. So I'm guessing air pressure holds it up. So the air pressure must fall, and then when that falls and dangles, something's fucking wrong. So it's called pull the bitch over and bring it to a stop somehow.
So that makes no sense to me. If it's proprietary like that, to tell you that you're losing air, then you should know it because of your gauges, you should know it because of the way it sounds, and you should know the way it feels. And if you lose the air, it's going to push out the springs to actuate the brakes anyway to come to complete stops. What the hell would that
Oh,
have to
okay.
do with it?
Well, no, I just know that it literally says it on the thing, like, and I used to ask, like, I don't know, I was one of those kids that sat up near the bus driver. I was more friends with the bus driver than the kids. I don't know. I grew up with a lot of scumbags around. I had a lot of cool kids, but at the same time, I wasn't really one of those cool kids until like high school. So in the early days, I sat up near the bus driver.
I think I might have rode a school bus maybe 2, 3 times in my life. I don't never really took them.
Oh, yeah. I guess. Did you grow up in the city limits, or were you like huh?
Yeah, in the city.
Oh, what, parents drove you to school, or you walked?
No, I rode my bike or I walked.
Huh. Yeah, you weren't taking no motherfucking bike to my school. That should be stolen. Hell no. You ain't riding no bike. You ride a skateboard. Throw that bitch in your locker. You ain't gonna be taking no bike though. They had a rack out there. That rack ain't ever gonna have no bikes on it for good reasons. Because it would be gone if you did. My school is kind of like right. My school was, especially high school. All my schools for the most part, except for my elementary school. My first elementary school. I went to three. Okay, so I'll explain that. My first elementary school was in like the nice area, you know, rich bastards. Still to this day, rich bastards. And it's funny how like literally 5 minutes down the road, you're right in the hood. Go figure. But that's just how it is, you know. Filthy rich mansions, 5 minutes away, hood. But I went there. That was my first one. Then I got in a school. I got in a school fight. Go figure. And the girl was. It was literally with a girl, and I was in third grade, and she was in fifth grade, and she just started picking on me and just started beating me up. So I did a bicycle kick and just like to get her away from me. And of course, her parents like tried calling the police, but they already were in trouble with the state police. That didn't really go anywhere. Yeah, so that went kind of crazy. And then the I had eczema, and the principal picked on me. And eventually, I just ended up leaving that school, and I went over to another elementary school, which ended up shutting down. So then I had to go to another elementary school. Yeah, yeah, fun. And other than my first one, all the elementary schools are straight up basically either in the hood or literally a minute away from the hood. Yeah,
Well, that's New York.
yeah. Oh, and we had for long, it's like the highest murder per capita. It's pretty bad. Yeah, that's where I live. But yeah, New York, good old New York. Uh, I'll tell you though, uh, it, I had a friend living out in redneck country. Didn't really like that either. A lot of bunch of ignorant fucks out that way too. They're very what was the word? Like they, you know what I find when you go out in the back country is you find a lot of assholes. There's also a lot of nice people. There's also a lot of assholes, and maybe that's why they're in the back country, because they're an asshole, and they don't want to deal with no one else because they know they're an asshole, and that's just how they are. I mean, maybe you know people like that. Um, there's actually a YouTuber I watch, Indoor Smokers, and he does. Started watching with the vape channel, and he was telling a story about like this. He moved up on this mountain, and one of his neighbors, you know, he needed help one time. And anytime he ever asked his neighbor for help, man, the guy's like, you know, basically like, I moved up here to not have to deal with you sons of bitches. You know, and it's like, oh god. And then I don't know. Why don't you buy a fucking island somewhere and just never bother anyone? I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so I don't know. I had friends that lived out in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know. I'd rather do the city life. Like not New York City, but I definitely I like to be able to drive 10 minutes and get somewhere, and not 30 minutes to get to a canned convenience store. I don't know. What do you prefer, city life or rural life?
I'd rather be the hell away from everybody.
Get the hell away from everybody. Yeah, yeah. I can't do that. I need to be able to like if I need something, I need to be able to just go there and not have to take forever to get there. I don't want to literally take on my drive back from the damn grocery store. Be like, oh shit, well I can't buy ice cream because I can't make it home unless I buy a damn freezer box.
You just get the Mylar bags and or cooler or something. You'd be fine.
Well, you know what I'm saying. No, I hate that shit. That's just not my style. So that's
I'd be able to just open my back door and shoot a few guns off, take a piss off the porch, and not give a shit. I mean, I could do it here, but people get pissy about it.
well, where I live right now is kind of like what I'm talking about, where it's kind of in the middle of what you have going on, or like what you have what like you enjoy, but it's also what I enjoy. If I need to get to a convenience store, I can get to one middle of the night after 12, 5 minutes, or middle of the day, 2 minutes. I can get to a convenience store. Where my friend's parents live, oh fuck no, it's like 15 minutes to get to a convenience store. I'm like, and they're not even open 24 hours. If you need a 24-hour convenience store, you're taking like a 25-minute haul. It's like I could never, ever enjoy living out there, like stuff like you know what I'm saying?
That's why you pre-plan.
Shit happens though, man.
Then you drive.
I know, but I that's why where I live is actually kind of nice in betweener. Hey, we've got the open land, and no, we don't really have the neighbors and everything going on, but right down the road, it's everything we need. You know, kind of perfect. I was just looking online here. I just saw chairs, and it reminded me I need to get a new chair. This thing, look at this shit. What, ready? Ready? So straight. All right, there, and that's what it leans to. Yeah, that's not good. I don't know. I was looking at yours. Yours is very expensive though. And then his out there is was expensive too. So I'm looking online still on Amazon. Um, I might hold off
This,
on the chair.
by the way,
Huh? What was it?
I think this one was either 250 or 300 on sale. Wasn't bad.
Yeah, they didn't have that on sale around. They didn't have that on sale around me. I'll tell you that much. But I'll tell you, I don't know, man. Okay, I could do this. All right, that's just not far back enough. Like it just isn't. You know, I want to like lay back. I enjoy. I don't know. I've got a thing. I really enjoy sleeping on my chair. You know, and I don't know. I usually lean back in it and put my body in a way where my like legs hang off and it just leans me back. But I want to really lean back. So I apparently that doesn't really exist in freaking stores other than a micro center with gaming chairs, and they want so much money. They want like literally $300 a chair. I don't want that. I don't know. Just thinking of I'm just thinking of basically. Oh, there we go. Hey, no problem. Hey, what's going on, old Bob? No worries at all, man. It's that's how things happen in life, and you gotta take care of what's important. Sorry about that issue that you had with your friend, and I'm glad to see things are better now for you. But yeah, you never have to apologize about anything like that. Not at all. Jeez, I'd be quite an asshole. um, But yeah, so I don't know, man. I really want to get a new chair, but I think Amazon's my only outlet for it at this point, which sucks. I hate not being able to try shit like that. You know, just imagine if you didn't get to try your chair before you bought it.
I would have probably bought it anyway.
Oh,
I
oh.
mean, what the hell? You buy it, you can send it out, you try it out, you like it, you keep it, you don't like it, put it in the box, send the shit back.
I guess it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I could send it back because that's what I was. That's what I did. I remember I bought a chair before this one. Now, granted, the back was way better. It came up to like here, man. The shit was like king chair. I loved it, but this one it just held up better, or felt a lot better on the actual cushion part. The other one, you could literally feel the bar that goes across or whatever. You could feel the bar. I was like, dude, this is horrible. Fucking awful. So, I don't know. There hasn't been great deals there at Staples or any of the places with chairs. So I don't know what I want to get. What the hell was I just looking at? So what have you been checking out anything recently? Any like guns or any kind of games?
I'm really checking out. I was kind of looking at that new SIG P365. I don't think I really need it because of my shield, but no, I haven't really been looking too much. Kind of keep my eyes on a few of the firearms I've been wanting, price checking, making sure they're staying where I want them to stay.
Yeah, it's like me, It's like you don't need it, but you want it. Yeah, there's a couple things like that. Like I got that sit stand desk I showed you. I didn't need it, but I damn sure wanted it. So I know what you mean. It's funny. I bought that shit, and then my job goes, we could have bought that for you. I don't. I'm pretty sure they couldn't have bought it. And the only reason I tell you this is because I said this to a couple of the guys that have been there for a long time, and they said, "Yeah, he's full." Now, mind you, the guy's like one of the head guy or whatever, but the other guys are sitting there going, "Yeah, he's full of shit," So I'm more inclined to actually believe that he might actually be full of shit, considering they're the people telling me he is are both using DIY sit stand like kind of desks that they made. So if that was the case, why wouldn't they have them?
So just tell them if that's the case, you're going to buy it, then reimburse. If he doesn't reimburse, then it's bullshit, and it's
that's basically what I wonder. But I wonder at that point would they say, okay, well then that's ours if you leave with it or not? Which I really wouldn't care. I could give two shits about working on it at home in a chair. I'm gonna chill in my chair at home. I don't want to stand up. I mean, maybe if I became this really big time, YouTuber and I'm freaking spending, 8 hours at a clip editing, I'm only spending an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours editing. I don't have that in depth of film work. Hell, my computer wouldn't even probably be able to handle that in depth of film work. But, I mean, I don't know. It's not like my job where I'm 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, actually, standing at that desk. Yeah, I need to stand the fuck up. So, I don't know. It was a good price. I needed it. I'm glad I have it. But now the big thing is I got to save up for my mountain bike, man. I called the store, and I think I'm gonna do something where I'll put down like I think $600. It's gonna cost like $2,500. I'm gonna try to talk them down, but I should have that by the end of March, beginning of March, maybe something like that. No, end of March.
It's kind of hard to talk somebody down the price when you don't have the payment in full.
Yes and no. It's kind of like a used car dealership, or it's kind of like a car dealership. Hey, look, unless this is last year's stock, you've had it all season. Obviously, still can't get fucking rid of it. I'm gonna have you gone with it in a couple of months, in like a month. So, can you work with me on the price a little bit? And if he, usually they will. If he can, he will. He might not be able to, man. That bike's supposed to be $5,000 and it's already $2,500. So.
And I'd take it as it is and just consider yourself lucky.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try. The only reason I'm gonna try is because literally one of the dudes at the store when I called straight up said, "Oh, you should talk with the owner, see if you can talk talk with him about the price a little bit." Okay, so you're basically giving me a green light saying that he might work with me on the price. Okay, that's cool. So that's good. That's good. I hope that work. I'll see. It's a carbon frame. It's literally the whole bike weighs I think like 15 or 20 pounds. It's insane. It's full suspension, and it can sense like when you're on like rugged terrain or not, so it'll lock the suspension out so it doesn't bob when you pedal. And because when a bike bobs when you pedal, you lose a lot of power, and it kind of becomes pointless to a degree. So yeah. That's what I'm hoping to get. My dad said, well, that's, he's like, I know it's more than you wanted to spend, but at least that's a lot smarter of an idea than spending $1,500 on a Roland electronic drum set. I'm like, yes, you're probably right. I don't know what was up with me that day. I really tried to have that electronic drum set, and meanwhile, I know shit all of how to play drums.
That's probably one of the things you'd want to try the cheaper one and see how it goes and upgrade accordingly.
See, yes and no. Yes and no. And I'll tell you why yes and no. Because it's one of those things, like I even said with my Q Vapor video, if you try something bad at the beginning, it can turn you off from something that wasn't bad from the beginning. You just bought a bad product from the beginning. You see what I mean?
Right. By the way, the Russian Federation is missing out on a lot of gold medals or medals, period, for these Olympics.
Really?
Yeah, there's right now they're in this figure skating duo crap. They're second, but they're not Russia. They're athletes, Olympic athletes from Russia. They're not allowed to declare being Russian or for the Russian Federation. And none of the medal counts they earn will go for Russia.
Why? What is the big old...
They got caught doping on the past two Olympics, heavily doping for advantage.
Oh, geez. Wow. That's Russia. That's pretty crazy.
So they cannot win any medals for Russia, which makes it interesting for the hockey as who's going to blow that one wide open.
Oh, damn. Huh. That's pretty crazy, though. They're just like, oh, whoops. I can't believe, though. Voice activated. What the hell? I can't believe that they're doping up for the Olympics, man. We're in an 8. You can't be doing that shit. What the hell is wrong with people, man? Russia's got some balls, apparently. A voice-activated RGB power supply? Why in the fucking world would you need that? What the hell?
I'll buy it.
I guess so. Looking at all these things, I still don't understand why people complain about RGB. There's nothing at all that you can complain about with RGB in the slightest. If you don't like it, turn the shit off. But there would never be anything stupid about being able to change your mood on demand. What the hell's wrong with people? Is this where? Purple. No. Wow. There it goes. Purple. Purple. Yeah, so I mean, like, why do people have problems with RGB? I understand everything is RGB now, but for good cause. It's RGB because if it wasn't RGB, it would just, I mean, would you rather have to buy a different freaking color for everything? I don't know. People are freaking ridiculous. I just noticed people were complaining about RGB, and I'm like, why? Let's see. Is there anything? I haven't seen anything new coming out really that I cared about game wise. Movie wise, Super Troopers 2, it's still the only thing really on my radar. I want to see the new Jumanji. I just hear great things about that. Let's see. Yeah, other than that, there's not really much going on, man. You haven't seen any stuff that you want to buy in tech, right?
Not as of yet, but yeah, there's not a thing I can think of.
Well, hell, I mean, the prices on shit for computers right now is god awful. It's just absolutely awful. Ooh, that is really nice. Oh, Mastrap has some nice product. Part of me wants to get open back headphones, but I'm just afraid it'll come through on the, like, anytime I use them on here. I'm afraid it would come through on this. But I'm just looking at some deals and stuff going on, and I'll tell you, like, PC components are not anywhere in the deals world right now. Memory, GPUs, anything. Storage, all this shit. Storage isn't horrible. I'm seeing a lot of deals here and there on these SSDs. Let's see. What was one I just saw? Where the hell was that? I saw like a nice SSD for like 80. There it goes. A Sam6 850 Evo, 250 gig, $88. So that's not bad. It's like the lowest price since Black Friday. So I guess memory storage is not so bad, but damn, everything else is just off the charts, except for actual like hardware. I just can't. NZXT needs to come down with their freaking Kraken all-in-one cooler, but other than that, thinking of that, I think that's one of my newer videos I'm gonna do is air versus water cooling. I mean, I know you like your air cooling, right? Or your water cooling. Water cooling, man. I like the look of water cooling, but I like the reliability and guarantee that I always will have with air. I mean, even if my fan fails, it's still not gonna cause that much of an issue. It'll still take care of business with that big ass heatsink in there. If your pump fails, and if the fan fails on the radiators, I mean it won't really move the air away.
I just buy another one.
Oh yeah. But like I look at old systems, dude, that I've got that I've had in the past. I mean, lasting forever. Thinking of that though, why is it that machines like our parents' e-machines and shit, even though they'll run like hell, okay, they'll run horribly, the parts are still running, but yet we buy all these high-end parts and shit fails on us. Do you notice that?
Well, I mean, I don't really have too many issues, honestly. I'm from an e-machine type thing that I have experience with. That thing failed over and over and over again.
Really? Okay. No, I mean, like, my dad's had freaking computers that, I mean, hard drives lasting for ages. I mean, no problems at all. And then I buy these new high-end hard drives and boom, failures and shit. Maybe I'm just using them more. I don't know. But it just seems like bullshit almost. I don't get how they get to keep their computers, problem free for so long. Only problems he always had was, viruses and shit, because, they go in their email and open up everything known to man.
And click on things.
Yes. And then when it tells them their computer's infected, they click on that. You know how that works. Oh man, but
Looking at this guy just ate it bad. It was kind of that sucks.
oh, you're watching like the Olympics right now.
I kind of partially. I just like it's one of the things. It's kind of where it's like national pride or whatever. I didn't give really honestly two shits about figure skating, but it's American pairs that are doing it. So it's like, come on, we could do it type thing.
Right, right. My grandma's huge into figure skating. Grandma's absolutely huge into figure skating. It was I mean, I'm never a fan. I mean, I give him credit. I give him credit, but I've never been a fan. Let's see.
They do some impressive stuff, but yeah, it's nothing. I mean, yeah, I like the biathlon, the curling, the hockey. I love the hockey.
Yeah, yeah, the hockey is great. Curling is fun too. I will say that is fun to watch too. Oh, damn. I'll tell you, sometimes it's fun to my buddy's a tow truck driver, and some of the pictures he posts on Facebook, man, are just like, holy shit. Whew. Going off topic a little bit, but yeah, no, I haven't watched. Huh? Go ahead.
There is no topic.
Well, no, I mean, but from what we were just talking about, the Olympics. You know what I was just watching the other day? It was, you know, I was just watching the snowboarding, and look,
I think your microphone died, at least on my end.
can you hear me now?
Can now.
Oh. I was talking about in the Olympics, and one thing I was watching the other day, I was watching the women and the men do snowboarding. Look, I'm all for women can do great feats, and there's women that can do a lot more shit than I can. But when you just watch the difference between men and women snowboarding, there's no freaking comparison. And anyone who wants to say that there is, you're a maniac. Okay, when the girls were doing it, it was constant mess ups and some getting some air. But basically, it just looked like playing it safe. Man, the guys got up on that shit, and it looked like they were playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater trying to frickin', go for the biggest, goal, win or die. I was like, holy shit. One dude really bit it bad. He frickin' was mega spin going on, and wham, smacked his back right on the frickin' like where the edge does this shit. So he smacked his back like slap, and then head over heels like tumbled down the half pipe. Oh shit, destroyed. I mean, I could. He that was his last run. He couldn't do his third. He was fucked. I mean, you had to see it was pretty bad. But yeah, no, it was a huge difference, and I just saw something recently. I just saw girls join the Boy Scouts. Did you see that? The girls actually finally did.
You have the Girl Scouts and you have the Boy Scouts. Why the hell do you need to combine the two?
Look, I understand. Here's the thing. Okay, maybe we are at a point where we need to just have the Scouts, because, all right, say you are a chick. Maybe you really don't want the cookie life. That's simple as that. Maybe you'd rather be out. And I know chicks that totally would rather be out in the wilderness and doing some shit, rather than baked goods. So no, I understand it. But shoving girls in the Boy Scouts is not the way to do it. Changing the name and everything entirely and just going to the Scouts? All right. Fine. There's a Cub Scout, and then you can become a Scout. You don't need to be a boy or a Girl Scout. You could just be a Scout. And either can be a Cub Scout, because you can be young and start out young, and then you grow to be a Scout. Just makes more sense. But to put girls in Boy Scouts, that's just moronic. It just doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I'm a girl in Boy Scouts. What? I'm just saying. That's just how I feel. So, it's just things like this that I look at, and it's like, look, are some people not going to pay attention? Like, look, there was that one, the guy who keeps entering as a girl into the wrestling competitions and destroying everyone. I mean, you can't say nothing against her, right? Or him, or whatever, right? Weren't you telling me about that? There's right, yeah. So I don't know. It's just let's see. Takes about 10 minutes to make 1 minute of video edits. I guess to a degree, yeah. Air, but runs hot when it's hot in my house. I guess air does run hot when it's hot in your house. Yeah, that would be good. I know it's but yeah. So that's all I was saying is when I was watching the Olympics, man, when the guys were snowboarding, dude, that shit looked like Tony Hawk. Like, all right, 1, 2, 3. It was just stupid all over. Like it was nuts, absolutely insane. Oh, look at this one. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at that coat that one's got. Nice coat. Get one made just the same. The face that the boxes have. I love the face. You know, it's just I don't know something about it. It just like they got it's like a harump face, like
She doesn't even have her gels yet.
but see, it's there though. See, I love it. I love it. Some dogs are great, like pugs are so ugly that they're cute, right? You know what I'm talking about? Those things that
Right.
is freaking. I don't know. I don't know. And the thing I like about pugs is they're not really crazy yappy dogs either. They're really cool, like the one from Men in Black, man. And anytime I see one, I always think about the one from Men in Black. And it's freaking. I got a buddy, man. I feel bad. He lost his his dog. That was like his companion, man. And I don't know him and it was a black little pug, man. And that freaking thing and him, they just always look so badass. Like they could just ride in the whip together. Like yeah, like I don't know, man. Some dogs just have that great face, and then there's just some that just make you want to hate every second of them. You saw that comedian dude? He's got the one dog, and he and he's like petting him, and every time he goes near his mouth, goes crazy at him. You know that one, right?
Right.
Dude, that one cracks me up every time. I can't stand those dogs. I can't stand them. I think it's a Chihuahua or something, but I can't freaking stand them. But that video just cracks me up so bad because that dog, and he's just keeping such a straight face. I don't know how much it must hurt. It must not hurt at all, but he's keeping the most straight face, and he's like, "You just gotta pet your dog." I can't, I can't. But that's just me. I'm entertained by small shit. But anyways, I think we've really babbled on. There really wasn't a lot to talk about this week. This is a true off the cuff episode. There's nothing that was really going on worth a shit to talk about, other than really the kind of the random stuff we have talked about. There's just not much going on this week. So it was fun though. I think this was more what I'm looking at. Time back enjoying talking about things that we normally do and stuff that interests us. I think we talked about quite a bit here, and I think it went pretty well. So I'm liking how this kind of format went in. I hope next week that I'll have a little more on the topic substance. Like I said, it just ain't shit going on. But other than that, I think this is, it was cool to kind of have it like that, to not really have so much to really talk about and just finding things that we've been dealing with recently. So, but anyways, I think that finishes it all up. Thanks all for watching RSG OTC. This has been another week. This is episode 43. And I will see you all next time. So make sure you follow on Twitter at ReadySetGame87. Other than that, I'll see you all later. Have a good one. Bye. Peace. Later. All right, let's turn this thing off and